If you think that just because you have a website and you have an Instagram profile and you're posting really great wedding photographs, people are going to automatically call you. It's not going to happen like that.
Being a good photographer is almost a given, but you have to be a masterful marketer and a brander.
I think a brand is everything about you. So it's your character, your logo, your website, your Instagram feed, all your social media.
And I don't think that you can sustain something that you're not or who you're not. You've got to be you. And you're going to kind of resonate with some people, and then the people that you don't resonate, they're not going to follow you, and that's okay.
When you're building that, you have to kind of think about the whole thing as a package, and is it cohesive? Is it consistent?
Brand is something I really struggled with in the beginning. Some people think it's a business card or it's a logo. Brand is an extension of who you are. And I really think it takes a long time to build a brand.
I speak from the heart. Same thing goes on branding. I think it should come from the heart, not try to pretend something that you're not. You gotta find out who you are first.
Be yourself. It's just like how you want to come across on social media. You know, you want a little bit of work and a little bit of that person, and that's what people kind of connect with. But be true to your eye and to what you want to shoot and how you want to shoot.
Where you really get into trouble is if you don't understand who you are, and or even more importantly, if you aren't true to who you are.
Find the passion that burns in you, because this, no kidding, this is gonna be hard. You don't have the passion to back you up, you might give up halfway. So first thing first, must find that passion, find that style that you're passionate about, and then go deep into it.
So number one, be who you are. Number two, be different.
There's too many photographers that shoot exactly the same style. Everything, if you look on the internet, in my opinion, looks a lot alike.
But it can't be cooked up. When I became known for Santa Maria Guadalupe or fabulous, stuff like that, it was just me. That was truthfully, it was me being me.
So, really, I think listen to that little voice inside and really shoot the way you want to shoot and tell the story how you want to tell the story.
I think it's very important for them to have their own signature style and build up the style from just combination of things such as your composition, the way of your lighting, and also your post-processing.
You have to have a signature style. And in order for you to find your signature style, you have to be in what I call the no thinking zone.
For instance, I know my gear so well, I know it backwards. I don't need to think about anything when I'm shooting. I've tested things beforehand. If I want to try something new, I've already tested it out with my wife or with my kids.
So like if you go in and you go, okay, I know my lighting, I know how I'm gonna pose them, I know where to put them, all that stuff, and you're not thinking, then when you're in no thinking zone, you can be creative.
When you're doing your portrait session, when you're doing your wedding photography, you can chit chat with people, you can joke around, you can make light of everything. If you can make an experience for your clients and have them feel great when they've left the session, you've made a friend and a client for life.
I think portfolios in general should reflect where you want to go rather than where you've been. And so early on when you're starting out as a shooter, it's really hard because you want to work more than you are and you want to get paid, obviously.
You have to create the work that you want to sell. You have to create the work that you want people to come to you for.
It's important to keep shooting all the time, whether you have the work or not. And so self-assigning work is very crucial to, I think, the success of a young photographer.
You've got to find what it is that you want to do, and you've got to find the clientele for it, and that's the hardest part.
You may have to do some of that work for a very minimal cost, but you don't have to necessarily do it totally for free.
You got to stick to your guns. You can't start doing stuff really cheap, because once you lower your price, you can't get it back up again.
This is a business that you've got to sustain, and you can't do it if your margins are so tight that you're not making it. Remember, you've got to factor in your cost of doing business, your cost of goods, your cost of editing. You've got to factor in your assistant costs.
Take some basic business classes because you don't want to get yourself in trouble by not filing your taxes and not doing those things, and then all of a sudden all this great money that you made gets taken away or worse.
Know the accounting basics, because nobody wants to learn these things.
I think that having a really hardcore work ethic is as important as your brand. It is your branding, really.
And know what's in your books. Are you read this month? How are you going to make up the revenue next month? So these kind of basics, I think, is essential to learn as new photographer.
your follow-through has to be awesome. You can't just, be all eager and take the money for deposit for a wedding and then have the bride chase you for 3 weeks afterwards trying to look for her proofs. That's not going to work.
Love on your clients.
Be social.
Be in communication with them all the time. Share ideas with them.
You gotta be social. I find that a lot of people will just hide behind the cameras, just do the work, but you gotta meet people.
What I mean by love on them is show them your appreciation, but share yourself with them and share things that are meaningful to them.
Connection become opportunity. Opportunity give you business. Rather working with vendors or going to bridal shows or getting clients, you need that connections. You cannot have connection without being a social person.
I can't emphasize enough that it's your current and past wedding clients that are going to refer you to the next client. And that's how I built my business originally for weddings.
So just understand your brand should be you. And if you're you, the chips will fall where they may.